So my name is Briana Pinales. You guys can call me Bree. I'm the president and founder of the Society for Neuroscience Sun City chapter, and I've been conducting research since I was a sophomore in undergraduate. So that was like in 2012. So it's been a while. So I remember the first time I realized that I wanted to continue in science was this one event when I was at the microscope with my old mentor, and we were looking at something, we were imaging neurons specifically, and he turned around after seeing these neurons present after I completed the experiment, and he basically just looked at me and said, Dr. Binales, we have something. And ever since then, like I've just gotten really excited about the fact that I was able to contribute to science, right? Um, and now I've just pretty much love the feeling of being able to create my own story, ask a question, find out more about it. So it pretty much inspires me that I'm able to do this and contribute to the world, basically. Okay, so I've had the privilege to work with several models, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of what each model was able to show me. So I've worked with mice, and with these mice, I was able to investigate traumatic brain injury. And that is a real disease that a lot of like football players, experience. I was also able to work with zebrafish, and with these zebrafish, we were able to investigate psychiatric illnesses such as schizophrenia. Also, I have been able to work with zebrafish on rare congenital disorders and also with rats, where we investigated, substance use disorders. So this pretty much, any investigation can pretty much lead to any human disease, right? That's why I think working with these animals are very important. And I've been, like I said, privileged to be working with them. Often we get caught up in research, right? And, we're finding all this awesome information, but we forget the most important part, and that's sharing this novel information with the entire world, right? So I think as a scientist, it's our job to be able to tell the public exactly what we're doing so that they have a better understanding. That's why I feel like we should just drop the jargon and basically share with the world. And what I mean by jargon is that we tend to use these complicated big words. I think we need to get rid of them and be able to communicate with the public and show them exactly what we're doing. So I really enjoy creating a story, and I probably mentioned it earlier, but basically, you like it can happen out of nowhere, right? You're on Google, obviously, you run into some weird disorder, and all of a sudden you're kind of drawn to it and you start investigating, and then you get deeper and deeper and deeper until you have this like question in mind, right? And you want to see if it's answered, so you keep going through Google and doing the search, and you find different ideas of what you can investigate because you become so curious about that answer, and you start thinking of ways that you can find this answer, and the end result, is that answer. So this whole story, creating it from just asking a question to the end, I think that's like the best part. So I hope to one day have my own lab. I really like working at a university. I hope one day I have the opportunity to work for another Hispanic serving institute, because I really care about just any minority group. I really wish that there was more minorities involved in science, and I want to be that educator to help those individuals get involved and also be able to teach them. I really enjoy teaching. Okay, so obviously my short-term goal is to graduate. Um, a PhD is like a marathon, you know. It's very long, it's very tedious, but I mean, there are certain things along the way that make it really great. And it has to do with the people and collaborations. Everything like that has been beneficial. After I graduate with my PhD, I'm hoping to do what is known as a postdoctorate. So, a postdoc, because many people aren't familiar with it, is pretty much a higher up than a student and still working in the lab under someone. So, it'll also be a journey as well. But until I'm able to become a professor at an institute, I'll be working hard towards more publications. So, if you're really interested in working with animals, just be aware that you're going to have no life. And my experience with working with zebrafish, this model is great because they have such a quick lifespan. If I were to come in like a day late, like that ruins my entire experiment because they go from embryos all the way to adults in such a short amount of time that you have to be quick. You have to dedicate that time. And so, my advice to you would be to learn how to time manage now. And it's not something that you should just give up on, right? It's something you have to be committed to. And I know it seems hard, but down the road, it's going to feel so good after it's done and over with. Being able to contribute to the world with newfound knowledge is going to be so worth it.